The Parachute Special Forces is part of the Indian Army's Parachute Regiment. India's Parachute Regiment comprises 15 Special Forces battalions, collectively known as PARA-SF, 2 Territorial Army battalions, and 1 Rifle battalion. The Territorial Army battalions are composed of part-time volunteers who also have civilian occupations, whereas the National Rifle Battalion is an internal security force that specializes in counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency. Parachute Special Forces traces its origin to the 9th Parachute Commando Battalion established in 1966, whereas the Parachute Regiment itself traces back to World War II under the 50th Parachute Brigade, consisting of British, Indian, and Gurkha troops. India's Para Special Forces are essentially airborne forces specializing in rapid deployment and air assault, similar to the Russian Airborne Forces as well as US Army's 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions. As these troops are also special operations capable, they are designated as Special Forces by India. Para-Commando trainees undergo a 90-day selection process whereby 20% would drop out within the first 35 days. Thereafter, they would join respective battalions for advanced training. Each Special Forces battalion has a specialization. For instance, 9th Para-SF specializes in mountain warfare, whereas 10th Para-SF specializes in desert warfare. Generally, in Commonwealth countries, regiments only perform administrative and ceremonial functions. The operational command of individual Special Forces battalions falls under the Indian Army's regional commands. The 50th Parachute Brigade of today is an independent brigade based near New Delhi. It comprises 3 Parachute Regiment battalions on a rotational basis. The 22nd Para-SF Battalion, also known as Special Group, falls under the command of the Research and Analysis Wing, India's foreign intelligence agency that specializes in black operations beyond India's borders. Additionally, the Research and Analysis Wing also commands an airborne paramilitary and special operations capable unit, the Special Frontier Force, or Vikas Regiment. This brigade-sized unit is composed mainly of Tibetan refugees living in India who aren't super happy with China for annexing their home country. They are responsible for conducting operations along the Sino-Indian border with the Indian Army as well as behind Chinese lines in the event of a war with China. For instance, Tibetan soldiers were involved in border skirmishes with Chinese troops. The Marine Commando Force, better known as MACROS, short for Marine Commandos, is the Special Operations Unit of the Indian Navy. The unit's exact size remains undisclosed, but as of 2012, they have about 2,000 personnel. This unit was founded in 1987 with the assistance of the British Special Boat Service and US Navy SEALs. Although MACROS is headquartered in Mumbai, they do operate out of several naval bases across India. While MACROS specialize in maritime operations, they are capable of performing operations in all types of terrain. MACROS trainees are selected from within the Indian Navy when they are within their early 20s. They would undergo between 7 to 8 months of training, and around 80% of the trainees would fail to complete the course. The Special Warfare Unit of the Indian Air Force is the Garud Commando Force, which is named after the Hindu god of strength and vigilance. This unit was raised in 2004 and trained by the Indian Army's Para-Special Forces because the Indian Air Force wanted to rely lesser on the Army's Special Forces to protect their rare bases. This unit comprises about 1,500 personnel divided into 15 flights deployed at air bases across India. Each flight is led by a squadron leader or flight lieutenant and has between 4 to 5 squads of 14 soldiers. Garud Commandos are responsible for supporting Air Force operations, namely the establishment and protection of air bases, combat search and rescue of pilots behind enemy lines, and the suppression of air defenses. Garud trainees undergo 18 months of basic training before proceeding to their respective units for advanced training. The total training duration is said to be about 3 years. Generally speaking, Indian Special Forces have vast operational experience due to their extensive military conflict with Pakistan, ongoing domestic insurgencies, as well as their involvement in UN peacekeeping missions. Although India spends $81 billion on its military, India also has the second largest active military in the world. Many Indian commandos are lacking in modern equipment such as night vision, weapon attachments, and laser sights. The National Security Guard under India's Ministry of Home Affairs are not designated as special forces, since it is a civilian law enforcement unit similar to the American FBI. And this is why the NSG is not part of the Armed Forces Special Operations Division, a unified special operations command under India's Ministry of Defense.